Alright. How's everyone doing out there? Either live or VODland. I play some Final Fantasy 11 on Horizon 11, which is like a custom server. Yeah, anyway. Alright, actually, hold on. Let's get logged in here. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna say right off the bat, this is gonna be a little bit loud because you can't set any of the settings until you're logged into the character, so. Sorry if the music is a little bit loud. The fortress city of Sandoria lies to the north on the great continent of Quan. The beating heart of an ancient kingdom, it is home to 1,000 legends past. But now her reign of glory is but a memory. Heroes arise shining swords to the heavens no more. The sun has set on the kingdom of knights, an old lion, never to rise again. Thus do some dismiss her now. Yet young Elvain knights still venture proudly into the wilds of Vana'diel, determined to triumph over any foe. On this particular day, there comes a new adventurer ready to make a name for himself in Sandoria. The king wishes to bolster his ranks, and Richter has journeyed far to answer the call. Should fortune favor him, bards across the land will sing of his exploits for generations to come. Of course, he has only begun his rise to glory. No one can tell what his future holds. Never before has he set foot within the Elvain capital, but he has resolved to let nothing stand in his way. That's quite strange, considering he is an Elvain. Say, are you an adventurer? My name is Rashin, and I am an adventurer too. I've just arrived at Sandoria. I already am struck at how little has changed. Time has no dominion over this city. Please hurry, so I may turn down the music. Can you see the great cathedral yonder? Faithful Sandorians gather there still in worship at the goddess of the dawn. And behold its balcony. Could the Pabst still rise there to grant benedictions? And they must be royal knights. Swiftly do they return to Chatel Durugul, surely from some expedition abroad. You too must learn the difference between the Temple Knights and the Royal Knights if you were to bear Sandorian citizenship. The Temple Knights shield the capital, while the Royal Knights strike at our foes. I heard mention in my travels that Prince Trian has assumed control of the Royal Knights. Yes, Trian. Of him I have heard naught for ages. I do hope the princes are well. And Princess Claydie? Anyway, Fair is said to be the younger sister of Trian, and Pije? Perhaps someday I may meet her. But I ramble. Many pardons, yes, indeed. So long have I been away that my head races. Please, let me hear your questions. I don't have any questions, sir. Yeah, we're good. Is that so? Well, adventurer proudly for Sandoria, and your blade shall never falter. Oh, before I forget... Oh, great, we got more. I give you this for your journeys. Show it to Matilde. who stands before the drawbridge to Chateau d'Orgueil. She might be a tad more critical than most, but you might want to be careful. Rather. However, know you of our tradition regarding the bequeathal of objects? Ere giving to others, we open the main menu and select trade. Got it. Open the map option from the main menu, select markers, and then scroll to the right to find where she is stationed. Do not hesitate to ask other adventurers for help. Okay. Now I must go and seek entrance to the castle. Alright. Cool. Okay, so first order of business is going to be fixing settings. Because this character is brand new. I've never logged on them before. So, let's turn this down to start with. Ah, it's much, much better. Even though I do like the music in Sandoria. Don't want it to go away totally. Is that right? Yeah. Then we'll turn down sound effects too. Alright, much, much better. Okay. Just do some stuff here really, really quick. Damage display, screen, shadows. There's one I'm gonna need to fix the camera type thing. I think... No, I think it's X. Yeah, it's both of them. Okay. That's better. That's much, much better. Alright, I think that's everything we really need. Alright, perfect. So now that I can actually hear. So yeah, I now have a level 1 character. And you may have noticed that we had a little thing set up. There it is. Just put this right here for now. Alright, so here's the plan for today, for this stream, right? Step number 1 is we make a level 1 character, which I've already done. And we got him at level 1, right? This is him over here on the left. He's drooling a little bit. He's a little bit slow right at the moment, because he's level 1. But there's something else that we need to do with him. So I'm going to do the first little quest they gave me, and then we're going to flag this character for hardcore mode. We can talk a little bit more about that whenever. So we'll set this like somewhere around here. Sure, whatever. Okay, let's talk to this person that I was told to talk to right off the bat. So yeah, this is Horizon 11. This is a sort of a public-private server. It's like a custom Final Fantasy 11 server that is era appropriate, but it's got its own little tweaks and stuff to it. So, okay, so they're talking to each other. You're talking to come foreigners even. Goodness. Okay, supposed to give this thingamajig. There it is. Are you a new recruit? Hello, I'm Matilde. Evidently. You seem nice, much nicer than the other adventurers. We've only just met. I don't know how you'd know that about me. Remember, ask for help if you lose your way. Why don't I give you a little money for your adventurer coupon there? Okay. Sounds good to me. Did you lose your way? Just check your map. Got it. No, I've not had the opportunity to speak with Alon down by the West Gate in southern Sandoria. A veritable treasure trove of knowledge. Okay, we'll probably have to talk to her. At some point. So essentially, we have it's like a little introductory quest line that we do. That we have to do before we really want to do anything else, because it results in us getting some decent stuff. But yeah, so this is Horizon 11. As I said, it's an era-appropriate server, custom server with some tweaks to it, and we're going to be getting into one of those here shortly, but much like Final Fantasy XI, it is a very chill game. It's a pretty... It follows the sort of vein of more old school MMOs. It's very slow paced, you know, which is good or bad depending on how you feel about that. It is a very chill game. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry too much about like really fast combat or being too flighty or anything like that. It's one of these games that's you can just kind of like chill while you play, which is one of the reasons I like it so much. It's a very relaxing MMO. Alright, so we were supposed to talk to Alon or whatever. Is that in my quest log? No. Okay. Well, I'm not positive where she is. I don't exactly remember. So, we're going to go with our plan. And this is one of the things that is unique to Horizon 11 that isn't in the Final Fantasy 11. And that is something called hardcore mode. And I've never done it. I actually have 2 other characters on this server. You get 3 total character slots. It's free to play. I have 2 other characters. Both of them are around level 30 or so on their first job, so I'm not like super far in or whatever. I haven't done hardcore mode on either of those. This will be my first real experience with it. But yeah, so we want to come over to here and talk to Francois. He's the guy that he's the hardcore flagger here in Sandoria. So, oh, Francois, I'm here for hardcore. Yes. I'm going to be frank with you. Become a hardcore adventurer. Okay, so I just got flagged. Alright, so essentially, as I understand it, the way this works is having a hardcore flag essentially tracks your time spent and your levels. And as you reach milestones, as you level up, you unlock like cosmetic stuff, cosmetic rewards, things like that. And then as soon as you get knocked unconscious the first time, so as soon as you're defeated for the first time, you get stripped of your hardcore flag, and it also broadcasts to the server that you fell in battle and how many hours you put in before you fell and what level you were. So that's kind of how it works. And so the idea is obviously you want to get as far as possible with hardcore mode enabled. So you want to not die. I don't imagine that we're going to be having this for very long, because there can be quite a bit of RNG involved in the combat and stuff in this game. But I figured, why not? It might be kind of interesting. So yeah, that's our first step. See, level 1 hardcore. So we've got that set up. So yeah, that one's done. Hold on a second. Boom. There we go. Number 1 finished. Let me copy that over. Whoops. Wrong one. There we go. Totally professional. Totally professional. That was so slick. That was such a slick transition. Such a slick transition. All right. So that's number 1 done. Let me shrink this back down so it's not too much in the way. So yeah, like I said, there's a little introductory quest. We get some like food and stuff whenever we do that. It's pretty handy. I need to find... there she is. So typically the first thing you do whenever you start a character in this, and I've started a couple now, so I kind of know my way around these lower levels, is talk to... There's a person at a gate you talk to, and that's in any of the cities. You get a choice of 3 nations to start it with whenever you make a first character, and you talk to one of the guards at one of the gates, and they give you a little entry-level quest line. So, we're interested in some entry-level duties. Go talk to the guard Aravog just over yonder and have him cast Signet on you, and come back and see me. Okay? So we'll go talk to Aravog. This is sort of business as usual. If you've never played Final Fantasy XI, essentially you get this thing called Signet. And whenever you ask for a Signet, you talk to these guards, certain guards, and they'll cast it on you. So it's like a buff. And what it does is, whenever you go out into the world and you're adventuring stuff, anything you kill that gives you XP, and you have Signet on you, it will generate conquest points, which is a currency that you can use to buy equipment and things like that. It's very useful. You can also essentially get crystals, right? So crystals are a thing later. I'm sure we'll get a ton of them here in the coming levels, but crystals are pretty important for crafting and things like that. So that's another reason you want Signet, because it allows you to get crystals when you kill stuff. Easy enough, yes? Yes. As long as Signet is in effect, there's always a possibility that you will obtain crystals from any enemy that you defeat. I believe... Well, I thought they needed to have XP, but I could be wrong on that. There are also more concrete benefits, such as increased defense and evasion. Yeah. Signet even helps when you're not engaged in combat with an enemy. For example, it boosts the rate at which healing occurs while at rest. For all those reasons and more, you should consider it essential to have Signet cast on you at all times. That's true. You generally want Signet on you. Very well then, as a reward for successful completion of your first assignment, I would like to present you with these strips of meat jerky. Fantastic. There more than meets the eye. Oh, there is more here than meets the eye. That was a joke. Thank you, Alon. Very funny. Anyway, this is a type of item known amongst adventurers as a meal. It's food. Have you heard of it for any chance? This meal, and perhaps in particular, will temporarily enhance your attack power when eaten. Whenever any type of meal is consumed, it will receive some such temporary status bonus. Naturally, different meals grant different types of bonuses. For the most part, it's food. You stick it in your face, and you chew it, and you swallow it. And it sustains you. Eat a meal, another meal is in effect, blah blah blah. Then a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? Yes. Great. Well, talking can only prepare you so much, so let's get down to it. Go ahead and pop one of those strips of meat jerky. If you're eating a meal, you'll get a status icon. Okay. Whoops, I accidentally hit the rest button. And come on, stand back. There you go. We will throw our meat in the air. Huzzah! And fire! Check out the full belly on you. Very rude. Signet meals cast you crucial rolls. Yes. Okay, finally. We get to actually kill stuff. Listening through how to get over there will lead you to an area with hostile enemies. Try to target one of the monsters and select the check option. Yeah, we'll get to that. Next assignment. Learn a weapon skill. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Let's wrap it up. Get to a skill value of 5, and then we'll get a weapon skill. Although I don't think that's true on this server. I think you have to get to like level 10 or something like that. But that's fine. We can do that. Now that all the talking is done, thank goodness, we don't have to do any more reading dialogue. We can take to fighting stuff, which is step number 2. So now that we've done step number 1 in our little diagram here, so we hit level 1 because we made the character level 1, duh. And we got our hardcore mode flagged. Now we gotta kill rabbits and worms and probably also bats if we can until level 10. And that's pretty much what you're doing for the first 10 levels of this game. So, let's go find it. Now, whenever I made this character, I went with Thief. I might actually change that. I might switch to Red Mage. And much like in Final Fantasy XIV, if you've ever played that,
your skill has increased.
Actually, I should go ahead and equip a weapon. If you ever played Final Fantasy XIV, you'll know that you can switch your class at will. Essentially, one character can be all the different classes.
Your skill has increased.
You can be all of the jobs in this game on one character. So at some point, I might switch to Red Mage. They're a little bit better for soloing, and I have a feeling that I might have to solo a fair bit on this character. But we'll see. I'll stick with Thief for now, and we'll see how it goes. All right. As you can see, at our the next level is About 270 XP. Actually, precisely 270 XP. 280 rather. So, this game was made in a sort of transitionary period of MMORPGs. So this was, I believe this was slightly before WoW came out. And WoW changed up a lot of stuff. WoW was a lot more fast-paced. It was focused more on like hitting buttons for skills and using various things like that. There are those things in this game, but they're a little bit more locked behind UI menus and stuff like that. A lot of the damage you do in this game is all auto-attack, which was typical of older MMOs. It sort of has a similar combat style to EverQuest. If anyone's ever played that or even heard of it, is old enough to play it, to have heard
Your
of it.
skill has increased.
But this is what a lot of the game is. There are quests in the game, but they don't grant XP. They're pretty much just for getting new equipment or gil, which is money, and things of that nature. So
Your skill has
pretty much
increased.
all the leveling in this game is done through killing monsters. So there's a lot of grinding. And that's one of the reasons that I said that the game is much more slow-paced
Your skill
than
has
other
increased.
MMOs that a lot of people would be familiar with now. So, I'm just going to be hanging out here till level 10 and killing worms and rabbits. So, yeah.
Your skill has increased.
I do have some add-ons installed. Namely this little line that you see whenever I attack. It pops that way, and then whenever it attacks me, it goes back the other way. Essentially, those are like aggro lines. and
Your
that's
skill
an
has
add-on.
increased.
Oh, I actually might die. Nope, I didn't. We're good. Very nice. So anyway, as I was saying, those little lines are an add-on, and there's a fair amount of add-ons for this that are actually built into the Horizon 11 launcher, which is very handy. You can just toggle them on and off, so you don't have to worry about like changing files or anything like that. You don't have to worry about any manual installations or things. But essentially, these lines just tell you who's attacking who, which can be handy later in the game whenever things get a little bit more hectic.
Your skill has increased.
Just a nice visual indicator. I've got a few other add-ons on here and stuff, but maybe this will become apparent later.
Your skill has increased.
This lady, this AI lady, who keeps saying, your skill has increased. That's one of them. It's called Chatmon, I believe. And it just gives you audible indicators for stuff that's going on.
Your skill has increased.
Alright, dingbats. Can we kill these? I don't know if I want to risk it. So, unlike newer MMOs, where you have essentially
Your
a
skill
level
has
that's
increased.
put on like a UI frame, right? So you target an enemy in like WoW or LOTRO or something like that. You target an enemy, it pops up a little portrait frame, and then usually on that frame somewhere
Your
it tells
skill
you,
has
it gives you like a
increased.
numerical value for a level. And that's how you can tell if they're too strong for you or not. This game, because it was in that kind of transitionary period of MMOs, it actually uses an older system similar to EverQuest, old EverQuest, EverQuest Classic, which was the conning system. And as con is essentially short for consider. So in that game and in this game, whenever you target something, you have to consider them. In EverQuest, it was /consider, which is how you got it, and the game would recognize whatever you're targeting, and it would give you back some sort of phrase or line that would denote whether or not the creature was a threat to you or not, and how much of a threat they were. So, for instance, we target this wild rabbit and do check, which is the con of this game. It says the wild rabbit seems like a decent challenge. Now, at level 1 or level 2, that's not all that surprising because I don't think there are any level like 0
Your skill has
mobs
increased.
in the game. But there's a series of levels of those lines that'll give you. And I think decent challenge is 1 or 2 levels below where you are. So At low levels, that's fine. The conning system is a little bit strange because in this game, as I said, combat can be a little bit unforgiving. There's some RNG elements that are present in the game, which can really screw you over, even when fighting like equal level mobs. In fact, in this game, it's not.
Your skill has increased.
I wouldn't recommend especially if you're soloing. I wouldn't recommend fighting even fight mobs. I would go with decent challenge or below. So that would be decent challenge, or it'll call it easy prey. That's like 2, 3, 4 levels below you, something like that. That's what I would work on with soloing. So I'd have an XP band, which we'll be getting eventually at the end of this little quest line that we're on. So when we get that, you have an XP band on, and then you just grind easy prey mobs as you can find them. That's pretty much how you would solo in this game. Unless you have like a good job for soloing and you're kind of kitted out and stuff. I'm sure there's probably people who are much more knowledgeable and better at this game than I am who could do that, but not me. I like to play it safe. At least
Your skill
I've
has
learned
increased.
to play it safe is perhaps a better way to put it. Because fights can go south really, really quick.
Your skill has increased.
Oh man, my chat disconnected. That's why I'm not seeing nothing. Hey Mystic, you still there? Sorry, I missed your chat. Bagpipes for the win.
Your skill
Yeah.
has increased.
Yeah, there's an updated Sandoria music thing, right? There's like an add-on, I believe, that gives you updated music for the game. And the original Sandoria music was all bagpipes. And I think they've removed
skill
that from
has
the updated
increased.
music, but they do like flutes now or something. All right. Let me reload chat here. One of the things I need to get used to with streaming like this is paying more attention to chat. I can have a tendency to kind of talk about stuff incessantly and not pay as good attention as I should.
Your skill has increased.
Were you getting fancy now? Yeah, you know. It's how I do.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Come here, rabbit. Low-level combat is very, very straightforward. It's just auto-attacking. Later on, I'll get what are called weapon skills, which
Your
is
skill has increased.
actually something, which is actually what this like initial little quest line is involved in, where you get a weapon skill and then you go back to that lady and you get the thing for her and stuff. But weapon skills are essentially, you'll notice I've got
Your
3
skill
bars
has increased.
up here. One's HP at the top, the middle one is MP, that's for casting spells, essentially mana, and then the last one is TP, which I believe stands for tactical points.
Your skill has increased.
But as you do damage, and you take damage, you gain TP points. And the amount you gain is dependent on the weapon you're using.
Your skill has increased.
And then once you get to a certain skill level with a weapon, you unlock weapon skills that you can spend your TP in order to execute them. And
Your skill
so
has
if I
increased.
go down here, well, there we go. If I go down here, go to weapon skills, I don't have any right now. Because my my weapon skill is not high enough. But someday, I think, like I said, I think on this server you have to get to level 10 weapon skill in order to get your first Your first actual usable weapon skill. I actually feel a little bit naked without it because, you know, sometimes you get into these situations where you're taking a decent amount of damage, and weapon skills can kind of get you out of trouble sometimes, but I don't got none currently. So, at some point we'll get what's called an XP ring. Excuse me. We'll get an XP ring, and that's essentially something to boost the XP that you get per kill. It's like a buff that lasts for a while, and you get a certain set number of bonus XP before the buff falls off, or the time limit runs out. So that's pretty handy for leveling up. That's accurate for this era. Now in retail version, if you've ever played Final Fantasy XI,
your skill has increased.
They've got books that are essentially, have bounties associated with them. So there's these floating books outside the castle and in all the zones that essentially allows you to use them. You pick up a bounty. It's essentially like a kill quest. It sends you out to kill a certain amount of enemies of a certain type, and then you come back to the book, you turn it in, and it gives you a lump sum of XP. They don't have that in Horizon, at least not yet. I don't know if they're ever planning on putting it in. From what I understand, the progression is they're just working through the expansions as they go, and I think that was much later with Wings of the Goddess. So, will they be in? I don't know, but they're not in now. And those speed up XP rates quite a bit, from what I recall. I did play Final Fantasy XI for a while on retail way back when, and I've played on some other servers like this, but this is the one that I've most recently played the most on. Man, I tell you, when you're low level, you don't have much HP. Certainly not.
Your skill has increased.
I'm not sure why these worms spawn inside of each other. It's a little weird. But they do. I don't know if that was like an original design thing that they did. That's just how they spawned. And they were supposed to move around. Because worms like this in other areas, they like dig underground and they move around and pop back up and stuff.
Your skill has increased.
But these never move, so I don't know. Maybe it's like 2 worms spawn per spot. And because they never move, they just spawn inside of each other. Something like that, I'm not sure. But if you were wondering, that's why. I've never seen that happen in any other zone in the game. It's just in this area.
Your skill has increased.
Actually, how much money did I get? 60 gil, so almost nothing. I got almost nothing for that Adventures coupon. That's like 60 cents. I could buy like a gumball with that, maybe. I'm trying to be a little bit conservative with what I'm attacking here, what
your skill has increased.
HP levels I have. Just because like I said, sometimes you get into a fight and things just don't go your way. So I'm trying to be a little bit careful.
Your skill has increased.
My general rule about this hardcore mode thing is I mostly did it just because I thought it would be an interesting thing to do with a stream and like a series of streams leveling up this character. Like I said, I don't suspect I'm gonna have it for very long, and I don't plan on doing anything terribly special regarding it. Like I'm not gonna jealously guard my
Your skill
hardcore
has
flag or
increased.
anything like that. Whenever we lose it, we lose it. But I am going to try not to die as a general rule. I find that's a good rule to live by as a general thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Give me a rabbit.
Your skill
what
has
weapon skill
increased.
are we at now? We're at 5. So we just got a little bit more to go. Level 4 for our main job.
Your skill has increased.
Level 5 dagger skill so far. Yippee.
Your skill has increased.
You too, buddy. Come on. Time to go night-night. Ow.
Your skill has increased.
These worms keep stoning me. That stone kind of hurts at this level, you know? It does like 10 points of damage, I think, as I recall.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, 10 points. That's a fair amount at this level. I only have 69 health. Nice. So yeah. You can barely afford one meat jerky. Hey, listen, I'm just starting. Come on. Come on, you don't gotta point out that I'm poor. Nice.
Your skill has increased.
There we go. We got an earth crystal. Those are essentially like the most common crystal you get because everyone gets them when they're first leveling. So they're everywhere. They're kind of cheap, but you know, they have their uses. Essentially, getting a stockpile of crystals is really important if you want to do any crafting. And much like the main jobs, and also in Final Fantasy XIV, you can do all the crafting
Your skill
jobs
has increased.
on one character. So all the main jobs, all the crafting jobs, you can essentially do everything in the game on the one character, all the progression, which is interesting. Come on, come here. Don't hide in a tree. Don't miss. Come on.
Your skill has increased.
What are we at? 845 out of 1250. Jimmy Colorado just got level 4. Congrats to Jimmy Colorado. Should we try to take on these dingbats? I am gonna need bat wings, for reasons
Your skill
we'll
has
see later,
increased.
hopefully. Assuming that getting level 10 doesn't take too long. Essentially the plan is this. We make the character, we flag him for hardcore, that's step 1, which we've already done. We come out here, we grind mobs until level 10. And then once we hit level 10, we can start doing the area quests.
Your skill has
like,
increased.
Equipment and things like that, and money, stuff like that. So, and dingbats drop bat wings, which is one of those things that we need for a local quest. Ah, quit running away, man. Come on, man. You'll see that this one dropped the Beastman seal. Those are also fairly important.
Your skill has increased.
Because you turn them in later for orbs, which kind of act like keys that allow you to get into these fights called burning circles, which give you some decent equipment, leveled equipment. So you end up stockpiling quite a lot of those seals and using them later. They're good to hold on to.
Your skill has increased.
Come on, come on, come on, hit him. There you go. Don't let him get away. Yeah, there we go. Nice. So as you can see, these are now labeled as easy prey. So these are, what, 4 levels underneath me? This is about the level range that I would be fighting, just soloing out in the world. Once you get into groups, you can do mobs that are, you know, several levels higher than yours, but it does take a full group, a well-balanced group as well, to take those down.
Your skill has
Good
increased.
XP, though. I'm definitely not as experienced with grouping in this game as I am with soloing, and also not beyond a certain point.
Your skill has increased.
I kind of know my way around up through dunes, and then after that, I haven't really played much beyond that. So I'm still very much a noob when it comes to Final Fantasy XI, and Horizon 11, for that matter. But by golly, I know the first 10 levels or so. Also, I might die here. I'm
Your skill
missing a
has
lot.
increased.
Oh no. Are we actually gonna lose it? Hold on. Perfect dodge. Come on. Come on, we'll burn our
Your
class
skill
ability.
has increased.
We can do it, right? What else do we have? Steal, we can't, there's nothing we can steal from bats. They don't have pockets. Wow, these dingbats have a lot of health. Yeah, they're an even match. Wow.
Your skill has increased.
Can we do it? They're at 12%. Can we do it? Oh, crap. Holy cow, we actually survived. Wow. Whew. That was close. So that's what I was saying, right? There's a certain amount of RNG. One, I should have checked those before I fought them because they were an even match. But even with checking things, sometimes you get into a fight where you just, yes, I know, Mystic. I'm resting. Sometimes you get into a fight where the RNG of everything just doesn't go in your favor. So it can be a little bit of a dice roll as far as keeping hardcore mode and whether or not you live or die. But only sometimes. You know, that doesn't happen very often. A lot of it does come down to gameplay. So it's just something that can happen. So you notice a box is popped up here. This is also an add-on that I have. This is the timers add-on. Just helps keep track of stuff you use in the recast before you can use them again. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what larceny is. I mean, I know what larceny is, like I know what the word is, but I don't know what the specific skill is that is for thief. I've never played high enough level to get to that point. But I know perfect dodge just saved my bacon. That's for sure. What had dropped off that? Did I even get any bat wings? No. A bunch of crystals though. I might be able to sell those for some gold. Or gil, rather, I should say. Dingbats? Okay, these are easy prey. So we should be able to take these without much of an issue. Nice.
Your skill has increased.
Actually, let's move this down a little bit. That way it's not covering up our bars. Sorry about that. Alright, come on, you worm bastard.
Your skill has increased.
Oh no, Jimmy! He got defeated. There but for the grace of Altana, go I. That's very sad. I wonder where he died at. I don't want to mess with those bats. Decent challenge, high defense. Too much trouble.
Your skill has increased.
Right, we've got 413 conquest points. So the way conquest points work is, I believe it's every time you kill an enemy, you get 1/10 of the XP as conquest points if you have Signet equipped. And so, as you kill stuff with Signet equipped, or Signet cast on you rather, by a guard or whoever, you gain these conquest points as you kill stuff. They give you XP. And then you spend those conquest points on leveled gear and things like that, depending on the rank that you are in your nation. And your rank is determined by missions. So you do these specific quests for your nation, and you raise in rank. And so once you
Your
have
skill has
the
increased.
appropriate rank and level and enough conquest points, you can buy better equipment. It's one of the sort of a good source of low-level equipment. Is through conquest points, but the first tier is 1,000 conquest points per item. So
Your skill has increased.
you do have to do a little bit of farming. Only at 425 so far. Pretty sure it's 1/10 of the XP. We could probably check that right here once we kill this thing. Okay, so at 65, so if we go back in, yeah, 431. So yeah, we got about 6 points from that. Dingbats? Yeah, sure. Easy prey, low defense, no problem. We are at half health though, we should watch that. Quit moving! Stay still. There we go. Let me cut ya! So something that's
Your
interesting
skill has increased.
is that in the same way that we gain TP as we fight and we hit enemies and we take damage, and then we can use those to do weapon skills and stuff. The same is true of monsters, right? So the same is true of the mobs that you fight out in pretty much the entirety of the game. As you fight them, they also gain TP, and they can expend those TP on their own special moves. So it can become kind of touch and go a lot of the times whenever you're out fighting monsters that you should be able to defeat pretty handily if you're just going by the con system. But some of them have some really wicked abilities that just totally screw you. They can do a lot of damage, or like, you know, do status effects and stuff like that. So you do have to kind of be careful, because things can sneak up on you if you're not careful.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, we're pretty stable against these guys now. Now we've gained some skills and some levels. I don't think we have to worry too much about dying to, to level 1s anymore. But they do still give decent XP. So we're just gonna keep grinding them.
Your skill has increased.
Bam. Bam. I will say one of the things that I really like about this game, in addition to just being very chill, is there's also a lot of pretty decent music in it. Like the songs they originally composed for the games were pretty good. A lot of them were very catchy and just sound nice. But with the better music that you can get for this, it's even better, in my opinion. You play this for enough, and eventually you catch yourself like randomly humming the melodies from a lot of these zones you spend a lot of time in, which I think is it's sort of like a signature of decent music that it becomes almost like an earworm.
Your skill has increased.
It's almost like too good, right? It's too good that it gets annoying in some ways, if that makes sense.
Your skill has increased.
Little worm, where you at? He's gone. There he is. He's back.
Your skill has increased.
Nice, level 6. Just got 4 more to go. I don't remember what level we can actually get a weapon skill cap above 10. Once we hit that level and we actually get the 10 weapon skill, we can go back and finish that quest and get an XP van, which will actually speed up this whole process.
Your skill has increased.
You may notice the UI if you're more used to more modern MMOs like WoW, Lotro, stuff like that.
Your skill has increased.
You may look at the UI and be like, wow, that looks really cumbersome. And you'd be right. The UI and the menus and stuff in this game are a bit cumbersome. And the main reason for that is that this game was developed for PlayStation 2, as I recall. It was designed as an MMO for that game. And so all of the UIs and stuff are kind of designed with a controller in mind. That's why you have all these like, you know, these like nested menus where you have to go through, you know, a few different things to get where you're going. There aren't just buttons to click or whatever. There is a macro menu on here that you can make your own macros, which does make things a lot easier later on. You just have to go through the trouble of setting it up. But that's not too bad. You just put in some commands, stuff like that. It is also a little bit old school, but once you learn how it works, it's not too much fuss. You don't have to worry about messing with menus nearly as much. So you get a weapon skill 1 at 6 in this game. Is that what it is? Is it level 6? I thought it was level 10. Oh wait, did I miss it? Did I actually get a weapon skill? And just wasn't paying attention? No, I didn't. Because I'm level 6 now. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you said, Mystic. Yeah, weapon skill 6. You said you get your first weapon skill at 6? It might be like job level 6. Because I'm at dagger 6 now. 6 level in dagger, and I don't have the weapon skill yet. I wanted to say it was level 10 dagger. Or level 10 in the weapon skill, not the main job. Right, yeah, in retail it's 5. And the actual quest text in this here on Horizon reflects that. They still say 5, but I believe it's 10 in this version. They tweaked it, and then they evidently didn't change the dialogue for whatever reason. There's probably some good reason they didn't do it. I'm not a programmer. It's probably like hard-coded somewhere, and if they do it, it'll destroy the whole universe or something.
Your skill has increased.
Maybe it is 10, you know it? Because it looks like we're getting one... Have we gained any, dagger skill from fighting these? Or do we have to fight higher level stuff, maybe? Maybe we'll look for some more bats once it turns nighttime, and I'll try hunting those. Get some wings and maybe some more dagger skill. Because these might be too low, their defense might be too low to actually give us stuff. Even though they're optimal XP.
Your skill has increased.
Nice. Parrying 1. The first step from a journey of 1,000 steps. Which is actually not that long, if you think about it. 1,000 steps. That's like, what, 2 miles? It's like going down to the store. So I mentioned that I have 2 other characters on this server. Both of them are around level 30. One of them is, I'm planning on making into a tank. The other I'm planning on making into a samurai. But I haven't actually unlocked any advanced jobs on them yet, so I might play those on stream. It depends on, you know, it depends on how these streams go with Horizon. I personally think it's like a really chill game just to play. Just to like relax and hang out. We'll see how they go, but that's something that I might wind up doing is playing the other ones. I kind of want to keep them separate from this character. Like I have some money and stuff on him, but I want this guy to just kind of make his own way. And, you know, so all the money he makes and stuff will be under his own power or whatever. At least for now. I do what? Have other characters? Yeah. They might show up on stream some other time. We'll see. Eventually my plan for this guy is to make him a Corsair. No, that's not actually in the server yet. That was in Treasures of whatever the heck. The name of the expansion was Treasures of something. I don't remember what the actual title is, but that class came out with that expansion, and my assumption is they're going to release it on the server. They've been kind of going through the expansions, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's the idea. Is it's almost like a progression server, where they're starting with the earlier expansions. They've got the first, I think, 2 already implemented on the server, so they've got the first batch of advanced classes that were brought in with an expansion. So they have all the base class, or all the base game advanced jobs, and then they have the first expansion that introduced Samurai, Ninja, and Dragoon, is what it was. So all those are in. I think it was it Puppet Master, Corsair, and there was another one that came with Treasures of something. Aht-Urgan, said it. Treasures of Aht-Urgan. Thank you, Mystic. Yeah, evidently Treasures of Aht-Urgan was the one where they introduced Corsair, and eventually, whenever they get it implemented into the server, that's what I want to make this guy. But I've got some time before then, so I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to make him. Like I said, I might switch him to a Red Mage if I feel like that's a little bit better for soloing and leveling. But eventually, I don't know, I might make him like a Ranger in the meantime or something. We'll see. Because I'm pretty sure Corsairs use guns anyway, eventually. So that might be good. Like it might be like a good sub job for Corsair. That's another thing about this game is you can do. If you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons and you've ever done multi-classing, you can essentially do the same sort of thing in this game, where you can choose a subclass, and that essentially gives you benefits of half the level of your main class if you've leveled it up that far, essentially. So, kind of interesting. You can get different combinations of stuff. So you can get a little bit of customization beyond just, okay, you're a class, and you do what that class does. You can kind of spice things up a little bit. Yay, go Big Chems! I will say the people on this server have been very nice so far. I haven't met any like rude people or anything like that. You know, knock on wood, but generally speaking, everyone's pretty chill. It might be a good idea to switch over to East Ronfaure. We might be able to take on the fish there. I don't know. They might still be too high level, but we can at least go and see what level they are compared to us. The rabbit got stoned, bro. God, look at them all. Just waiting to be killed.
Your skill has increased.
Alright, there's the fish. Le fish. Easy prey. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. It might give us, like, dagger skill. I don't know if they link, though. They might.
Your
I'll bring
skill
them
has
over here,
increased.
just to be on the safe side. Don't ask why they come on land. It's just how Final Fantasy is. Yeah, we got some dagger skill now. So, hopefully we might actually be able to get level
Your
10
skill has
already
increased.
in dagger. Once we do that, we can go hand in this quest, get our XP ring, and then actually make the leveling go quicker. Yeah, flying fish.
Your skill has increased.
Alright, we're about to find out if they link. I guess not. I think that one would be attacking me if they did.
Your skill has increased.
These fishes don't care about each other. They only care about themselves. You deserve this. You nasty fish. So there's something actually really weird about these fish that you notice when you really look at them. Hold on, let me see if I can find another one. Do I want to go down the waterfall? Probably not. Maybe there's one further up here. Nope. Okay, never mind. Hold that thought. And I'll show you whenever we find another one. Those buglefish are very solo. Yeah. They don't care about nothing, man. They only care about themselves. I'm gonna turn down music a little bit more. Just because we got that weird swell there. That orchestral swell. The brass section, they were really like running away with it there a little bit.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Your skill has increased.
Alright, we're gonna rest up a little bit, since we got a ways to go till next level. In fact, I'm gonna take a quick break. Like a couple minutes tops. Just a quick bio break. Drink too much coffee. That's how it goes. Alright, be right back. Alright, I'm back. Okay, cool, the fish are back. So if you look at these fish, getting back to what I was talking about before, you look at these fish, right? Look at them close up. You think the eyes would be like up around here somewhere? But they're not. They're like way down here by the end of the snout. Isn't that weird? It's like their eyes are like right there.
Your skill has increased.
Creepy little beady eyes. Pugils. Jeez. Unforgivable.
Your skill has increased.
Actually, wow, this one's being a little bit more difficult.
Your skill has increased.
We got it though. I think we're fine. Thank you. Good to be back.
Your skill has increased.
Don't intimidate me. You can't. Ah, see? It didn't work. I mean, literally, you can't.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
There we go, finally. Jeez. Can we get... Oh, nice. First person. There we go. Get a good look at this freak. This weirdo. Those weird little eyes. Just you wait, buddy. I'm about to rest up. When I get done, you're done. You're finished. Sushi. Sushi for you. I don't actually know if you can eat pugils. Are they even a real fish? Am I even pronouncing it right? Pugil? Or is it pugil? Like pugilist? They don't punch stuff though. So, I don't know. All I know is this fish is gonna die. Just as soon as I'm finished resting. Look at him. Trying to intimidate me. He's trying to assert dominance, is what he's trying to do. But it's not going to work. Yeah, it's showtime. Actually, hold on, let me check this. Maybe he will assert dominance. Ooh, it's a decent challenge. Alright, we'll just have to be
Your
careful.
skill has increased.
We'll see how it goes. If it gets too rough, we'll run for the gate or whatever. Ow! Damn.
Your skill has increased.
Ooh, double miss. That happens sometimes. Okay, another double miss. Haha.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, this one's a little bit tougher than the other one was, isn't it? Seems like he's doing a little bit more damage.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah,
Your
there he
skill
goes.
has
That's what I
increased.
was talking about. Now, sometimes mobs can use their own little special attacks. That one wasn't too bad. Some of them really wreck you. They do a ton of damage. Alright, Dagger's level 9. So, hopefully here in a moment... Hopefully here in a moment, we'll be able to head back inside, back to the gate we started at, and do the next leg of that quest.
Your skill has increased.
Yeah, there we go. Let's do this. Weapon skill. Wasp Sing.
Your skill has increased.
I am. It's not super impressive, but it does have poison damage, so... It's pretty good, as I understand it. Yeah, he's dropping pretty quick.
Your skill has increased.
Nice. Okay. So now I'm gonna head back. Yeah, we can go this way. We'll go through town. But we need to head back to Southern Sandoria, back to the Gate Guard, and talk to them. Now that we have a weapon skill. And I believe that's actually the end of the starter quest in Horizon. In retail it goes further, but I don't think that's the case here. I know there's a point where it stops before the retail one does. Do 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 do. Ah, listen to that nice violin. In the original one, those are like MIDI bagpipes. It's slightly more annoying than this version, but still not bad, honestly. Oh, somebody went and learned a new weapon skill. Very good. Okay, hold on. You don't have to be like that. Patronizing. You see by that twinkle in your eyes that you already used it on some poor unfortunate creature. It was a pugil, not an unfortunate creature. But I'll explain just a bit more. Whenever your tactical points reach 1,000 or more, selecting abilities and then weapon skill from the menu, I've already explained that. Will allow you to use the special stuff. These are deadly techniques capable of rendering massive damage on enemies. It's well worth an adventurer's time to learn and master them. Ah, by the way, were you fortunate enough to receive some items from the monsters you fought? If you're lucky enough to come across any Beastman seals, make sure you hang on to them. They may pay dividends later. Also, that reminds me, there's another lesson better learned sooner than later. The items you no doubt come across known as crystals, such as earth crystals and fire crystals, are extremely significant. They are truly versatile items that can be used for a number of purposes. These include trading them to guards for certain rewards and selling them to earn money, just to name a few. It's actually a good point, and I'm probably going to do that here shortly, is sell some of these crystals on the auction house. For now, I'd like to explain more about another of their uses, namely the role they play in synthesis. That's essentially the crafting in Final Fantasy XI. But first things first, your reward for completing your last assignment, here you are. A slice of hair meat, chunk of rock salt, and a fire crystal. Use the fire crystal on the hair meat and rock salt and make a thing. Got it. Placed on the auction house, as well as having... My Lord Zoran can do it no justice. The vast cornucopia of goods, that is the auction house. One simply must see it with one's own eyes. We actually ran past it on the way here, so we've already seen it with our own eyes, but we'll humor her. It's quite a lot to cover. Are you with me so far? Yes. That brings you to your next assignment. Somewhere in the great city of ours is our nation's auction house. Seek it out. Report back to you when you find it. Okay. We just gotta walk up to the auction counter and we're good. It's just back here. We passed it coming in. There's usually a couple of these in every nation, so every nation's capital. There's one. And while we're here, I'm actually gonna sell some of these earth crystals. You don't get a whole lot for these because they're so common, but 400 gil at level 10 is, especially when you're first starting out, You know, that's decent. You can do some good stuff with it. And I'm not going to use them right away anyway, so may as well sell them. May as well use up that fire crystal that we were given to just to clear out the inventory a little bit. So this is how crafting works. You go to synthesis in the menu over there on the right. Choose the crystal you want. In this case, it's a fire crystal. That'll depend on what recipe you're making. So it was 1 hair meat and 1 rock salt. Hit OK. We do our thing. If you've ever played Final Fantasy XIV, there's a whole crafting like mini game in that isn't in this. Honestly, I kind of prefer 14's crafting stuff. I think it's a little bit more involved and interesting. It also levels up a lot faster. But that's not in Final Fantasy XI. And it failed anyway, so we lost the crystal and a slice of hair meat. That's how it goes when you get a level. Anyway, I found the auction counter alarm. So you were able to locate the auction house. Pretty hard to miss, isn't it? What do you think? Is it as I said? It's everything I imagined it would be. Few organizations in this world exceed the auction house in scale. It will never cease to be of use to you throughout your adventures. It would be wise to become adept at using it. Now down to brass tacks. Let's see if we can get you up to some levels. There are several items in existence which serve to enhance the number of experience points. Finally, we're getting our XP rank. It's a bit unique in that you must wait a certain amount of time after equipping them before you may use them. There's also a predetermined amount of time, usually quite long, that must pass before these items can be used again. The total number of times you may use any single item is also limited, so be mindful of that as well. Many of these items may be obtained from the same guard that provided you with Signet. You only need to exchange conquest points in order to acquire them. As a matter of fact, for finishing that last assignment, I'm going to give you this conquest promotion voucher. With this, you'll be able to obtain a chariot band without having to use any of your conquest points. Which is pretty sweet, because I actually like the chariot band best out of all. You get to choose one of the 3, and I think chariot band's the best. And that brings us to your next assignment. Head over to the guard, have a go exchanging them for something. After that, see if you can't make it all the way up to level 4. Well, I'm already at level 4, so... But I will exchange this voucher for a ring. Oi, Eravog. I got me a voucher. I want to buy a ring. Where's your ring? There it is. If the similar items are in your possession. Yeah, so you have to choose one of those 3 rings. There's the Emperor, the Empress, and the Chariot. And they all have different stats. They give different bonuses, and they have different, like, buff links and stuff. Yes, I'm positive. Okay, cool. So we got a ring. I'm just gonna equip that real quick. Ta-da! Good day to you. Okay, I think that might be the end of the quest on this server. Because we've definitely reached level 4 and she didn't respond anymore, so I think we're good. So that's the end of the sort of newbie beginner quest line. There. It culminates with you getting your chariot band, which you'll be using the entire time you level up. It's very, very handy. So now we just gotta go back to leveling, which will be much faster with the band. It's worth noting. So now that we got it equipped, we just go to items, chariot band, and use it. You gotta use it. Use a meat jerky too, because why not? Alright, so before we were getting like, what, 50 XP? So this should theoretically double our XP that we're getting per kill. Yeah, 100. So, yeah, the chariot band is pretty important because, as I mentioned, the leveling pace of this game is, it's plodding, certainly, to say the least. It's not nearly as fast as a lot of other MMOs are, more modern MMOs. So having the chariot band on hand is generally pretty good. So we're at 1080 out of 2000. Back to grinding up these rabbits. Oh, I see some dingbats down there. What level are those? Kill this worm, then we'll rest, and then we'll kill those. As a general rule, you want to play it safe. If you can. If you have the opportunity to rest up, like if you con something and it's a decent challenge and you're like, could I take it, could I not? It's generally a good idea to just play it safe. Rest up, and come back in at full strength.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Lilies, wasp sting, go! That was probably a waste, but it felt good. Okay, cool, we've got 2 batwings. That's good. That'll give us a little bit of gil once we get to doing quests. Ow! Right in the kisser. Here's all the craft skills. Be curious what they are. Hold on, I gotta X out of that to target stuff. There you go, in case you didn't get a good look the first time. Just in case anyone's interested. You may have noticed a skill on there called Synergy. There at the very bottom. I have no idea what that is. The others are pretty self-explanatory. I don't have any clue what Synergy is. Someone more knowledgeable might know.
Your skill has increased.
Sounds good though. Synergy. I have very high synergy. Like, it sounds like something you'd put on a resume.
Your skill has increased. Oh my god. The humiliation. Jesus. Okay, come on. This is getting ridiculous. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good job. Let's sort of slowly kill my way over here, and we'll go back into the, what is it, East Ronfaure, and go back to killing fish. Since those were a little bit higher level, they might give us a little bit faster XP. Depends on, it really depends on how quick you can kill them. These level 1s are probably still optimal XP. They don't give as much XP per kill, but you can, you know, 1 or 2 shot them. So, but we'll see. We'll give it a shot. If only to break up the monotony of killing the same things over and over. How long have we been at this for? A while now. I know that. I mean, it's been at least an hour since I almost died to those bats, because our timer is an hour down, so we've been at it for a while. But this is the nature of Final Fantasy XI, honestly. Like, it's one of those games that you just kind of, like, psychologically get into, you get into a groove and you just kill stuff over and over and over. I was actually in a group in, I think it was in Dunes, and I think we were killing crabs or something like that. But one of the people in that party just keeps saying, "Yep, that's how it goes. You just get in there and get into a groove." But someone in that party actually put it perfectly. Whenever I was grouping with them, we were out there killing crabs, and I don't know, we'd been out there for like an hour or so, and we were talking about Final Fantasy and kind of reminiscing about playing it at retail at launch and stuff like that. And one of them said that the reason they liked Final Fantasy, specifically partying in Final Fantasy 11, is that it's essentially like being in a early 2000s chat room with like a little combat game attached to it. And he was right, because the combat stuff is slow paced enough where you have time to joke around, right? You have time to socialize with people in your party through actual text chat, right? It's not like you don't have to have voice comms and stuff going on to be optimal, because combat's a little bit slower than most MMOs that you're probably used to now. So yeah, if you're interested in a game that's very chilled, you can just kind of relax and play and not have to worry about too much, like Final Fantasy 11 is a pretty good way to go. And Horizon itself, because it's they only launched the server, I think, what, it was in December of last year, so it's not like there's a whole bunch of progression that's already been done or anything like that. Like, there's still plenty of time to catch up, and they have yet to release more expansions or whatever. I'm pretty sure the expansions they have now are ones that they had already released at launch. So there's still more content to come. There's still time to catch up. Like, if you wanted to play Final Fantasy 11, Horizon 11, you know, with their era, plus the tweaks that they put on here specifically for the server, there's still plenty of chance to do it, and it's free. You just go to the website.
Your skill has increased.
It's actually been really easy to set up. You just download a launcher and you're good to go. They even have built-in add-ons that you can toggle through the launcher. It's all very, very easy to do. I've played other MMOs that have, you know, older
Your skill
MMOs
has increased.
where you have to kind of mess around in files and things like that. As I recall, there's nothing like that that you have to do for Horizon, which is really nice. It's sort of a breath of fresh air. They did a really good job.
Your skill has increased.
When we got it on PC back in the day, it had ROZ, COP, and TOAU in one package. Yeah, that was because, if I remember correctly, that's because this game was released in North America later than in Japan, was it not? I'm a little foggy on the details. It's been a while. It's a pretty old game, but as I recall, that was the deal, is that it was released later here, and so they just released the already existing expansions that had already been sequentially released over in Japan here.
Your skill has increased.
Yes, and on PS2 first? Yeah, that's what I thought. I played it on PC at the time. I never... Because as I recall...
Your skill has increased.
I had an onion tied to my belt, which was the style at the time, you know. As I recall, there was like a brick. There was like a separate brick you had to buy and install on your PlayStation. Do I recall that correctly? Or was that a different gaming console? There's no reason to be resting now, since I just leveled up. Too busy reminiscing about the good old days. Too busy being an old man. The PlayStation 2 Final Fantasy XI came with an HDD. Then you had to purchase the broadband connector, which had your internet ports separate. Yeah, I seem to recall something like that, where there was like separate hardware that you had to set up in order to do online play. Because there was Final Fantasy XI. The two MMOs I remember for PlayStation 2 were Final Fantasy XI and EverQuest Online Adventures. And I played both of those, not to any great extent. I was still pretty low level in both of those. I would have been like 13, 14, something like that at the time. I was pretty young. Really too young to have a bunch of time to dedicate to MMOs. But yeah, I definitely recall that, having like an extra something, some sort of piece of hardware that you had to use. Sign of the times. Sign of the times. That was back when Nokia phones were still like really big. The brick phones that you could like, you could bludgeon somebody to death with one and it would still work just fine. Not that I've ever done that, mind you. For legal reasons, I have to state that, but I'm just saying you could. When you dropped that and left a hole in the ground, yeah. Yeah, they were stout things, man. They don't make them like that no more. I don't know if you've ever seen that video where they, you know those like hydraulic press videos that you find online, like viral videos, where they just like stick random things in hydraulic presses and destroy them. There's one, there's one that's really funny where they replace the, like those heavy steel dies on the press with like foam, and then they use it on a Nokia phone to make it look like it's deforming the steel. Pretty funny. Almost accurate. Almost accurate. I don't know if this is true or not, but legend has it that Nokia phones, in fact, will not blend. That's what I heard, anyway. Which is pretty impressive because anytime you have to ask the question, will it blend, the answer is almost always yes. Is what I remember from like my high school years of watching the internet, watching the internet videos back in the day.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Alright, how much more do we got to go here? Level 9... 1390 out of 2400, so 1000 XP left. I'm not positive how long we've been going here, but what I'll probably do is, once we get level 10, we'll do a few quests. Generally my sort of order of operations whenever I make a new character, like a brand new character on FF11, is get to level 11, which is step number 2 in our plan, right? Our plan. This here. So level 2, get to level 10. We're almost there now. We've almost completed this one. You can see we killed the rabbits and the worms and whatnot. And then whatever time we have left, just sort of until I get tired or whatever, we'll just do quests in the area. Those are generally pretty good for getting just some low-level equipment and stuff like that. If you have other characters where you've got some resources already and you can just buy decent stuff off the auction house or whatever, it's not a big deal. Or you've already leveled a character, right, and you're like starting over. Because anytime you change to a new class or you get an advanced class and have to level it up, you always start at level 1 anyway. So by that time, since you've already done adventuring and stuff, you know, you probably already have some resources you can spend on decent equipment. But if you're starting out straight from the gate with nothing, a lot of times it pays to do the low-level quests in an area, in the capital area, just to, you know, get like a necklace or get like a cape, you know, stuff that will last you a little bit. They don't give a whole lot of benefit, but it's better than nothing, generally speaking.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
Nah, I'll save it. I'll save the TP for the next one. I made the Street Fighter. That's like the Street Fighter sound, right? When you defeat someone in Street Fighter and they go, Or am I thinking of something else? I might be thinking of something else. Get stung, nerd. Yes. Okay, good. I want to make sure I wasn't going crazy. Going senile. Appreciate the affirmation, Mystic.
Your skill has increased. Your skill has increased.
We're getting a
Your
little
skill
low.
has increased.
A little bit white-knuckled. Ow! It's not fun to be critted. Crits are fun, but not when they're on you.
Your skill has increased.
Gross. I have to take a shower now. That fish spit on me. $120 XP away. So at level 10 is when you can get the first tier of conquest equipment. So once we get level 10, we'll head back to town. We'll pick up some equipment at the guard that we asked to get a signet. We'll talk to him. We'll buy some equipment, and then we'll probably come out and do some quests. Maybe one or two. We won't do very many, just because it is getting kind of long, the stream. But yeah, I think that would be probably a good way to end it tonight. Maybe get the wing pendant, and we'll turn in whatever bat wings we've got, stuff like that. I know there's a list. There's like a list you can get of all the local quests. I'll probably take a look at that for the next stream, next time I play, and we'll mess around with that. In fact, we can probably start doing missions in the next stream. Get those ranks up. Alright, level 10. We made it, boys. Boys, ladies, dudes and dudettes, whoever may be watching. We got it. Number 2 is done. Hold on. Wait. This is totally not scuffed at all. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. Paste. Nice. Man, that was so sick. That transition I just did. Totally professional. So yeah. Number dos. Number, what's Spanish for 2? I don't remember. Number 2, done. So now we just gotta get some quests in. So I definitely want to get the wing pendant tonight. And I want to turn in the couple bat wings that I got, get a little bit of gil. It's not a whole lot of gil for just 2, but I'm probably gonna wind up going to King Rampier's tomb in the next, if I do another stream of this, which I probably will. And there's a ton of bats there. So we'll wind up getting a ton of bat wings, and we'll turn those in later for more gil. I'm trying to think of any other quests that I should do. Just some real easy ones. They give decent stuff for a really low level. So there's the wing pendant. We may as well do the one with the kid, where you find his dad. Trying to think of any others though. So first order of business, I'm probably going to run to, I think it's Northern Sandoria, is where the guy, there's a guy that wants bat wings for like talismans to ward off evil or whatever, and that's what you give him the bat wings to, and he gives you, I think, 200 gil per pair. There's the sword, and there might be the coin quest at the port. I'm not familiar with the coin quest at the port. I think the sword is only for warriors, or certain, I think it's only for certain classes. I don't think you can do the sword quest for everyone. Like, I think if you go there as a thief, he tells you to get lost. He tells you to become a real class, essentially. Or a real job, rather. Assuming we're talking about the same sword quest. Probably not very Elvain-like to just traipse on the grass, but whatever. I'm in a hurry. It's in retail. There's a little girl that loses her doll and the thief runs off and drops a button. I don't think I've ever done that one. That doesn't sound familiar. We can check if it's on here. We'll check and see if it's on there tonight. We could do the one to get the map for King Rampier's tomb while we're here. That one's pretty easy. You just gotta beat a guy at a game of chance. And I like my games of chance, so. There's something foul in the air of late. Can you not feel it? I must get some charms to ward away this wickedness. To make such charms, I need 2 bat wings. Might you bring me some? As a matter of fact, I just happen to have 2 bat wings on me. Good sir. Thank you. This should hold the darkness at bay, if only for a while. Bring more if you can. Nice. So you get a little bit of gil for that. Every 2 bat wings you turn in, you get 100 gil, or 200 gil rather. 100 gil per bat wing. Since King Rampier's tomb is sort of generally a good place to level in this area, and there's a ton of bats there, you wind up getting a ton of bat wings, which means you can get a decent amount of gil off that guy just by turning them in. Just by turning in stacks of them. So that's probably something that we'll do in the next one. Actually, I'm going to go up. Let's see, the map quest is up by the Woodworkers Guild. So we'll go talk to the master there or whatever, and he'll set us on that one. That's up by the gate to the port, I believe. Bum 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 bum. Da 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 da. Origi. Origi. Man, I don't know. All these elves got Frenchy sounding names. Ah, new recruit, what are you doing in the city? Get out there and slay some fiends. That's where the money is. Buddy, don't I know it? Speaking of money, I haven't seen that gambler all day. Has he run off again? Ah, man after my own heart. You know him. I reckon he's out scouring the parade grounds for suckers for guild a wager. A wager, you say? Who does he think he is, running off when he's piles of work to do? I'll give him a good lashing when he gets back. A lashing, you say? The quest is called the Pickpocket. Yeah, I'll look that up. I'll probably look it up after the stream online and see if it's actually something in this version of or in this server rather. Because I would assume that's in like the server, but I don't know for sure. I've never actually done it. It might be worth checking out. I know that a lot of the quests are locked behind reputation limits. So like as you do quests in the capital, you gain reputation, and as your reputation goes up, it unlocks you the ability to do more quests. So there's like level requirements and reputation requirements and whatnot. In fact, this little girl has one, as I recall. I don't know if I'm high enough level for it though. We saw Sandoria is full of pretty flowers. I wonder if everyone knows about gardening. Hey there, mister. Have you heard? Have you? What are you talking about? You really want to know? Listen, I know the secrets of gardening. What do you want to know? Okay, that's not actually what I was thinking it was. What do I need to start? Okay, to start you'll need a flower pot and some seeds. Buy flower pots and sound, go out and get your seeds. So this is something I've never actually done. This is something you can do in your mog house where you put like flower pots in, you can plant seeds and you get stuff out of it. Give your plant a crystal and its fruit will change. I was just thinking about all different kinds of fruit. Okay. Alright kid, whatever. I know that there's something you can do with this kid, that you give her a flower and she unlocks like the back ways and stuff for your mog house. So you can like choose which section of the city to exit into from your mog house and stuff, but I might be too low level to do that, or maybe I just forgot how to start that quest, but that's handy to have. I might wind up doing that too. Talk to this kid while we're here too. This kid needs his dad. He even gets his own cutscene. Isn't that cool? Oh, where could he be? Hailbesh. I came here with my father and now he's gone. My father is a knight. Today he's on holiday. So he went out for a walk, but now he is gone. I'm not gonna do that voice anymore. My father is so proud of his knighthood. He's still in uniform today. He looks noble indeed. Though his armor creaks with each step. He's not wearing his helmet though. We came through Victory Arch together, but now... Okay. So the kid lost his dad. And the dad, being the father of the year, is not even in the same zone. So, you know. But we'll go get him. Bum bum bum. Bum. Bum bum bum. So if I remember correctly, the elf we're looking for, the elven we're looking for, is in one of these shops. I think he might be in the weapon shop. If I recall correctly. Yeah, here he is. Hey dude, your kid's looking for you. What's that? My son? At the parade grounds? So that's where he is. Could you let him know I'll go as soon as I'm done. Thank you for your help, stranger. You have my gratitude. No problem. Probably shouldn't trust strangers with your son, but what do I know? I'm not a father. Alright, and then the other elf we're looking for is right here. These blokes of the Carpenters Guild are looking for me, are they? I'll tell you what, we'll play a game of chance, and if you win, I'll go see them. Oh, my friend, you come to the right man, the right elf. Yeah, it's 5 gil per game. Pay your bet up front. Okay, let's do it. Trade. 5 gil. Come on, Snake Eyes. The higher score wins. Okay, not Snake Eyes. The opposite of Snake Eyes. Two dice. The higher score wins. Even scores are a draw. I'll roll first. It's a 4 and a 2 for a total of 6. Easy. Never mind. That was a practice round. It didn't count. Let's go again. Best 2 out of 3. Yeah. Come on. 4 and a 2 for a total of 6. Easy. Easy beat. Yeah. 8. Give me 10 gil. As promised, I should go see about those wood chippers. Maybe we can play another game later. That would be awesome. I want to take all this guy's money. But not at 5 gil at a time. That's really tedious. Okay. So, we've got that guy to agree to go back to work at the Woodworkers Guild. We talked to this guy over here to get him to go see his son again. I'm trying to think if there's anything over here that we need to get while we're here. I don't think there is. There probably is other quests in the area, but I don't recall them right off the top of my head. The reward is a light axe. I'm not even sure if I can use axes on a thief. Or a red mage for that matter. Could be good for warriors though. Look at... Oh, not missions. Quests. Alright. Father and son growing flowers. Give the tiny Mythos some flowers so she can plant them in Queen Lote garden. Perhaps something white? Okay. Interesting. If not, it's good for a warrior or to sell. Yeah, that's true. I could sell it. Get some extra gil. Yeah, at low levels, it kind of helps to scrounge whatever gil you can. Oh yeah, let's talk to the kid and get his dad back. What? You found my father? Yeah, dude, he's right here. Ailabesh? What a name. Father? Yep, that's him. I found him. Why, you milksop! What a great insult. Lose sight of your father, and all you do is wail for the nearest stranger. Have you no shame? He's like 3 years old. But father, I'm but a tiny child. Enough, you're Elvain. I expect more from you. No, but father, no. I'll forge you into shape yet. Now stand there till you get a hold of yourself. This is gonna turn to like the Monty Python skit where the moms are like beating the tar out of their kids. Father, how could you? Amazing dialogue. Let me apologize for my son. Please accept this in return for your time. No, that's my fishing rod. Quiet, I'll not have my own son cry like a baby. I'm going to steal your stuff and give it to strangers. Don't leave me. Wow. What a nice guy. We're gonna completely undermine his parental actions and give this kid back his fishing rod. Because we just feel that bad about it. And also because we don't really have much of use for it. You're returning it to me? Why, thank you. Now I can go fishing with my friends. But please don't pity my father. Kid, I do not pity your father at all. He is kind sometimes. Alright. Anyways, back to business at hand. So, as I understand, that little quest you do, where you find the kid's dad, you give him back his fishing rod. You actually have to do that in order to unlock the later quests for unlocking Paladin, the advanced job for Paladin. So, it's worth doing if you plan to maybe make a Paladin someday. I tend to do it out of habit, just to get it out of the way. And, I don't know, maybe I'll make a Paladin out of this guy sometime. Who knows? The world is our oyster. So the quest said we need to get a white flower for that kid. I'm not positive which flower that is. I might have to look it up. But that'll be handy to have, so we'll want to do it. We'll probably have to buy it off the auction house. Arigi, I have found your worker. Hey, it's that recruit from before. So you're the one who got Varshay to show up again. I don't remember asking to fetch him, but I owe you my thanks. Here, take this. Nice, you got a map. So one of the add-ons that you can use on Horizon is a map add-on that just gives you all the maps already. But I like to do things old school because I'm a slight masochist. Not a huge masochist, but just, you know, a little masochist. I like to do it the old school way and acquire them because it feels more, I don't know, it feels more accomplished to do it. For the vast majority, you wind up buying them. There's like merchants that sell them for certain amounts of gil. Okay. What one do we want to do? I guess we can go ahead and do the wing pendant now. We'll run by the auction house. Actually, no. I'll wait. I'll hold off on that and doing the quest for the little Mither girl. Until I can actually look up what the heck I'm supposed to buy. Otherwise, I'll be here all night buying flowers and trying to give them to her and whatever, trying to find the right one. So I'll go ahead and do the wing pendant, and then once we do that, I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Because we've been at it for a while now. You get to visit the cathedral. Esqualea. Hello. You, Miejo. Come pray with us. Here in the Sandorian Cathedral, we devote our lives to helping people reach the shining gates of paradise. Should you wish to know more about paradise, come to the Vikask's sermon. Much will be revealed. Should you wish to hear the sermon, please prepare an offering of a skin of Cheval River water as proof of your faith. You will need a blessed water skin to bring the water. Please beseech the friar who stands thither. Wow, what a great word. Thither. May paradise open its gates to you. Oh, thither priest. Fetch me yon Cheval river water skin. The Paradise was a donation of 10 gil. Okay, got it. 10 gil it is. Bam. Take this blessed water skin to East Ronfar forthwith. Trade it to the Chevelle River to draw its hallowed water. Okay. Can do. The Paradise opens gates to you too, yes. Alright, so on this one's pretty easy. You get a decent necklace as a reward. Good to have, because there aren't really any necklaces for the most part at low levels. It's the same with all jewelry. No necklaces, capes are pretty rare. Rings, earrings, stuff like that. There's not really much competition as far as like slots for those slots at this level. So, you know, anything is better than nothing. And this particular pendant is a neck item, and it's not bad. I mean, it gives you a little bit of stuff, so it's generally worth doing. You get it for free. You don't even have to fight anything to do it, which is pretty nice. You just got to put in some legwork. While I'm here, let's see. Conquest points. I have 1,300 conquest points. What does he actually have? Longbow, a sword, a bandana, gloves, boots. I'll hold off on that for now, depending on some choices that I make. What I might wind up doing, as I said at the start, is I might actually change job to Red Mage, because that might be an easier thing to solo with if I need to do a lot of soloing. Thief is good. You can do, like, Thief is really useful, but it really only shines in a group, because later on you get sneak attack. And so much of Thief is positional. So, like, you get an ability called sneak attack, which is essentially a backstab. But obviously, you can't backstab something in the front. I mean, you could try, but it doesn't really change much. It's just a regular attack. So, as a thief, you really want someone there to, like, distract enemies and keep them turned away from you, so you can hit them from the back. They get another ability called Trick Attack, I believe it's called, where they actually have to position themselves behind a tank or another person, and then whenever they use it, it transfers enmity from the attack onto the person you're standing behind. And that's also obviously very positional. So Thief really shines in a group. And since I don't know that many people who play this, like, personally, it might be better for me to switch off to another class, at least as a first job. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might decide against that. Okay, we got our water skin from Thither River. We now have Chevelle water. And that's pretty much all you do in this quest. You just get the water and then you bring it back. And you get a free necklace, which is pretty sweet. I'm going back to town.
Reo Chindot. Reo Chindol. I don't know how to pronounce half the names in Sandoria, if I'm being honest. Adaonel is that guy's name. Florette, that one's pretty easy. Blender. Is it Blender? Will it Blender? I do not know. The answer is almost always yes. Albejart and Efog. This is the kind of entertainment that you have to resort to sometimes in Final Fantasy, because it's just that slow paced. It's a good chill game, but it can get a little bit tedious feeling sometimes. Holy moly. Shomo Pakachilo? Shomo Pakachilo, that's a Mithra. That ain't even an elf. Oh wait, do I give it to this guy? I don't remember. Do you want my Chevelle water, sir? I guess not. You, take this water. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Sacred is the skin of Chevelle river water you conveyed hither. In testament to your devotion, I give you this wing pendant. Through it, Altana's providence is yours. Nice. May paradise open its gates to you too. Yes, may paradise open its gates to you. I got a sweet necklace now. Yeah, so you get a necklace. Level 7 gives you 1 agility and some resistances to wind and earth, which is, you know, it's not like super awesome, but it's better than nothing and pretty decent for like really starter gear. Alright, cool. I'm probably gonna call it there. I would say that we've accomplished all of our sort of stated goals. Yeah, we finished all 3 significantly enough. We turned in Batwings, as you can see with this guy over here. Yeah, so I'm saying we'll probably call it good there. What I'm probably going to do, like I said, I need to make a decision if I want to switch to Red Mage or stick with Thief. We'll see how it plays out. I'll see if there's anyone out there who wants to play regularly. If you want to give it a shot and you wind up installing Horizon and want to, you know, if you hop in, don't be a stranger. Feel free to drop by and say, hey, if you want to play together, that's cool. If not, that's cool too. Just let me know. And I know some people who play this game, so maybe I can get them in on it, but I need to do that. I should probably look up what quests I want to do, and we'll start the next stream doing those quests and probably get into missions and stuff. And then we'll hit our next sort of leg of leveling, which will be up to level 15 or so, maybe a little bit beyond. And we'll probably do that at 2. So there'll be a lot of bat and goblin killing. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and I guess this is like the official. Wow. Okay. This is totally not scuffed at all. You can tell that I'm a pro at this, right? Yeah. Bam. There we go. Check. Okay. Anyway, thank you for watching. This is sort of I guess the maiden voyage, the official maiden voyage stream of this channel. Hopefully there'll be a lot more, and we'll have a lot of fun going forward. Not counting the test streams and stuff that I've already done, but yeah. So thank you for watching, both those who watched live, Mystic Beard, and
and all those out in Vodland. Have a good one.